When you're going through a crisis, particularly if you're a justice impacted person, you've got to prepare yourself to make adjustments because circumstances are always going to be changing. My name is Michael Santos. I'm the founder of Prison Professors. And one of the things that I learned while going through 26 years in prison is that we can never really control external circumstances. But that doesn't give us an excuse to stop working towards success as we define success. Those lessons really empowered me while I was going through 26 years in prison, and I'm confident they can empower you. Regardless of what stage of the journey you're in, you've always got to keep your focus on what it is you're striving to achieve. That's what I started to write about today in my journal. I create these journals to really help people, justice impacted people, understand that regardless of where they are or what stage of the journey they're in, they've always got to be pushing forward. They've always got to be moving. They've always got to be thinking about what can I do at a particular stage to advance prospects for success as I define success. If a person is initially being charged, that person needs to be thinking about what type of mitigation strategy can I create today to help me move closer to what I want to become? If a person is in prison, they have to be thinking about what are the challenges I'm going to face, the collateral consequences that will follow on the other side of this journey, and what can I do today to prepare for that success regardless of what anybody else does. If we're on the other side of the journey and we're out here in society, we've got to be thinking about what are we striving to achieve and what adjustments do we need to make when circumstances change. That's what my journal entry is about today. I'm going to read it for people who are incarcerated and going through our lessons in preparing for success after prison, because I want them to see. I would never ask them to do anything that I didn't do while I was going through 26 years in prison and that I am not still doing today. So let's take a look at today's journal entry. Today is September the 6th, 2023, and here is the entry that I want to read. 17 days have passed since my last journal entry on August the 20th, 2023. To achieve my goals, I sometimes have to shift attention to new responsibilities. I know that participants in prison will have to do the same. While serving my sentence, changing circumstances frequently required adjusting my schedule. For example, in the early 1990s, an administrator blocked my access to a word processor. His interference challenged my mental health. That seems strange now, but at the time, I considered that word processor an essential tool. It would help me carve my way through my crisis and into liberty. Let me tell you the steps. By writing, I could learn to communicate more effectively. By communicating more effectively, I could earn university degrees. By earning university degrees, I could develop skills that would allow me to contribute to society. By contributing to society, I could persuade more people to join my support network. By building a more influential support network, I could advance prospects for liberty or open opportunities to succeed upon release. I couldn't control the administrator's decision, but I could always control how I would respond. I had to adjust my schedule to continue progressing toward my goals. Those lessons of learning to adjust schedules and priorities helped me through prison, and they helped me since I got out. External circumstances are constantly changing. People make decisions that threaten our progress. When circumstances change, we have to adjust or make excuses for the reasons we are falling behind. For the past few weeks, I have had to adjust. A lawyer who represents my nonprofit gave me disappointing news. With the Prison Professors Talent website, I intended to help people and business organizations understand the importance of providing resources to justice-impacted people. My small company, Earning Freedom, would fund the initial build of the website. Then, as we gained momentum, we could show how those resources would lead to lower recidivism rates. By improving outcomes for justice-impacted people, we could show the impact we were having. Unfortunately, the attorney advised that laws would require me to go through many administrative hurdles. The fees associated with those hurdles would require me to invest more than $50,000. If I didn't invest the $50,000, my nonprofit could not solicit donations from businesses or individuals to support the mission. I had to adjust. Rather than invest $50,000 to register as a fundraiser for the nonprofit, I removed any association between Prison Professors Talent and our nonprofit. the Prison Professors Charitable Corporation. The change would require my for-profit company, Earning Freedom, to cover all costs of maintaining the Prison Professors Talent website. Besides having to rewrite content on the Prison Professors Talent website, I had to restructure our business and build a new platform to help us grow. We had to create an entirely new platform to offer resources at a lower cost. By offering lower cost resources, we could reach a broader market. Resources from the new entity would fund further development of Prison Professors Talent and our advocacy efforts. The salient lesson in today's journal is that each person bears responsibility for engineering a pathway to success. Regardless of what stage of the journey you're in, always work toward making progress toward success as you define success. When circumstances change, make adjustments rather than excuses. Now, that lesson is one that I really encourage every person in our community to follow. I don't know what stage of the journey you're in, but nobody should work harder for your pathway to prosperity and your pathway to a better outcome than you. If you don't know what to do, you've got to spend time researching what are the steps that I could take, regardless of where I am. And I know that people in our community frequently, if they're outside in the community, they haven't yet been charged with a crime, or they haven't yet pleaded guilty to a crime, or they haven't yet gone through a pre-sentence investigation report, or they haven't yet been sentenced, or they haven't yet surrendered to prison. But tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people are in prisons right now. They are serving sentences. And instead of focusing on what steps can I take to prepare for success, they're spending a lot of time making excuses about the reasons they can't succeed. They're talking about what the system is doing rather than thinking about what can I do. As somebody who went through 26 years in prison, I'm absolutely certain that each person bears a responsibility to do more, to think more creatively, to develop critical thinking, to develop communication skills, writing skills, verbal skills, to develop an insane self-directed work ethic. The harder you work on building yourself, the more effective you are going to be at opening opportunities that will lead to your success. I would encourage you to use all of our free resources if you're in the outside world and you can have access to the internet and you can visit our websites. If you're in prison, I would encourage you, work through our books and our courses, and you will see the different ways that you could build a pathway to success regardless of what administrators or external circumstances or challenges you're facing. My name is Michael Santos. I'm the founder of Prison Professors, and I just want you to know I believe in you.